So, welcome, Harshad. We are glad to have you on EDAP today. To begin with, we would like to have a brief introduction about yourself.
Hi, 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 Meghna. Thank you for having me here. Uh, my name is Harshad Mahajan. Uh, so I've done my bachelor's in engineering in computer science field. I finished my bachelor's in 2011, and I was working in India in Pune from 2011 to 2014. I come from Mumbai, which is I think a well-known city in India, and then I moved to Toronto, Canada in 2014.
Okay, that's good to know. So, tell us, how did you come to the decision of studying abroad?
Yeah. So while I was working in India, I always had this like goal, or you can say a dream to pursue studies abroad, or you can say uh, like extend my skills or upgrade my skills in my field of interest. So while I was working, I actually spoke to my friends who were studying abroad to just get to know like how are the studies or how is the education level in abroad compared to India. And then I actually landed to the decision that yeah, the Western education actually fascinated me, and I decided like I want to pursue masters in my field in abroad. So this was my think tank during that time.
That's great. So, how did you find the university application process? Like, did you go through any consultant or help of any friends?
Really speaking, yeah, the application process or the university application process is uh, very exhaustive and time consuming, and it requires a lot of patience and research as well. So as I said earlier, when I finalized to do abroad studies, I actually started looking for the countries which I can do my masters in, and I landed to a decision that I would like to do my studies in Canada. So I did some research. What are the fields I can do masters in Canada? Uh, and you can say when I was doing research, uh, I found out few of the universities, and also I got to know what was the application process. And it really speaking, it wasn't that easy because it involved like many tasks like searching for universities, finalizing your course, appearing for various exams like GRE, TOEFL, IELTS, then actual application to the university, and many more steps. So it was not a cakewalk for me. So I thought I should take guidance from someone who who are expert in this process. So I actually started researching about consultancies, and I approached couple of them. Uh, they actually helped me finding out the exact university and the course which I can opt for, matching my requirements and interest. And yeah, so basically they helped me with the application process, and that's how I got admitted to one of the universities in Canada. So it was a exhaustive process. Yeah.
That seems like quite a bit of work.
Yeah.
Um, Okay, so we have heard finding accommodation in a new country can be a struggle for students. So tell us about your experience with finding accommodation in Canada.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I would say accommodation after getting an admission to the desired university, the next biggest hurdle is finding an accommodation because uh, consultancies help you only till getting admission to the university, but then they do not help you with the post landing things. Like the first of thing is the accommodation. So it was very challenging task for me. I was worried because I think for any international student traveling to a new country, the first thing is where would I stay? So that is the first question. So I started looking into my if someone is staying abroad who can help me with finding some accommodation. But unfortunately, I didn't have any friends or relatives staying in Toronto. So I'll look for the next option. Like the university actually provided on-campus accommodation, but it was like very expensive and out of my budget. So that wasn't that option was also gone. So actually, then I started looking into my like finding references in my network. And after much struggle, I somehow came to know that one of my friend's friend is staying in Canada, Toronto, where I was going to land. And I approached him. I asked him like, I bugged him a lot of time, like, can you help me with accommodation and all that stuff. So he was very helpful. Uh, he he actually helped me, uh, allowing me to stay at his place for a week. So in short, he gave me a temporary accommodation and told me that once I land in Canada, I can look for the permanent accommodation. So the temporary accommodation thing was solved. So once I landed in Canada, uh, I started looking for permanent accommodation. But the thing is, Canada was new to me. I didn't know any of the localities, any of the areas there. So I was a bit confused. Like, how should I find for a actual place where I can stay near to my university? So again, my friend came helpful. He actually made me accustomed to the areas which were near to my college or university, and he also guided me with providing few of the websites where I can look for available places. But uh, speaking is like, I can tell you I found an accommodation within a week, but the process was actually tedious. Uh, After much effort, I finally found an accommodation like after, you can say, 8 or 10 days when I landed in Canada. So it was a hectic task.
But you're blessed to have a good friend who could help
Yeah,
you.
luckily. Yeah.
Okay. So, in continuation with this, another aspect that students face is the emotional challenges. Did you ever feel homesick or did you experience culture shock, and how did you deal with it, or how did you get accustomed to the new culture?
hmm Yeah, I think that is a really good question because uh, homesickness is the first thing anyone can what is it, face when they are away from home. And also, I was also one of them. It was like it was the first time I was staying away from my family this far. I mean, I've been in India to various places, but not this far. So to be honest, I was homesick for, like, you can say, a week, at least for a at least for the first week. I used to Skype them a lot, just to get accustomed. And that time we didn't have WhatsApp calling feature, so Skype was the uh, only what you say tool to connect with my family. And once my college started, I actually started meeting new people, uh, which actually helped me to get acclimatized to the new place, new surroundings. And yeah, this is how I tried to overcome my homesickness.
Yeah, okay. So let's discuss a bit about networking. So, do you believe in the power of network, or how did you build your network in Canada? And do you think the process would have been easier if you had used EDAP then?
Yeah, so networking, I think networking is the most important key for any, I would say, international students or professional traveling outside their home country, because network is the only thing how you can get connected to a new people. Like, networking is the important thing to get your job here. So you should all like everyone should always network or do networking. And regarding ADAPT, if you ask me, I would have really hoped that when I was looking for universities, or when I was looking for uh, coming abroad in Canada, I would have hoped I had such platform like EDAPT or something similar, because from EDAPT what I know is that you can get connected to uh, various new people or various students who are traveling to the same country, same city, maybe you can say same course as well, or same field. So I would have really hoped that if EDAP would have been there, this process would have been smoother, because you already start building a network of your own before you are actually in the country where you're going to study. So I really hope I that I had a I would have had a platform like EDAP.
Mhm. Okay. So before we let you sign off, what is the one thing or one advice that you would like to tell future students and professionals that who are planning to relocate to Canada?
Uh, I would just say one thing, like, do not lose hope, because whatever you are like you may be a student or a professional, whatever you do, it's an exhausting process. You have to be patient. You just can't lose hope. The weight or the efforts which you have put will give you the desired result. So do not lose hope. Yeah.
And take advantage of EDAPT.
Yeah, sure. Of course.
Okay, so it was nice having you here, Harsha. Thank you for this amazing conversation.
Yeah, thank you, Meghna, for having me for this small chat. Uh, I would say, uh, actually, it was a flashback for me, because I went back like 6 years, and I was actually reliving the admission process which I was going through at that time. And thank you for having me. And I would actually love to help new international students on ADAPT as a local mentor. So you can find, like, this is a advice for students. Like, they can find me on ADAPT in the local mentor section, and I'm happy to help them with whatever queries they have. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.